Can you see? Have you looked to see if we're showing?
No, not yet.
You're live now. All right. I think we're live. What's up, guys? How's everyone doing?
Hey, yo.
Just gonna be a short video. We're gonna be obviously on longer tomorrow with the draft tomorrow night, or the first round of the draft tomorrow night. Um, how was your day, Angel? How's it going?
It's been interesting, but
Yeah,
yeah,
work
yeah.
fun.
Work was good. Work was okay. Uh, I had a little incident on the way home, but it was okay.
I was wondering what the delay was. Care
Yeah,
to
well, I mean,
share anything, or?
yeah, I mean, well, no. Sophia had track practice from 5 to 6, so that was fine. But on the way home from work, I'm in my own zone, listening to like radio, bear
Yeah,
talk or whatever, right? And
yeah,
there is 45, which is what cuts through, everywhere, Mundelein, everything, right? 45 by my house in Gurney. Just randomly, some guy, I was going 30, and I knew that there was going to be, we were going to stop because it bottlenecks between, 45 and there's a street called Data, right? And
yeah.
it stays. If there's no, you can't go anywhere. There's traffic.
Uh-huh.
So I was only going 35, and this guy was on me, honking and honking and honking,
Dude,
and
can't.
he must
Ugh.
he stuck his head out the window and was trying to convince me to jump out of the car to fight him.
Oh
That's
yeah,
how
just
that's how angry he was over me going 30 miles an hour down 45. It's just, and then it's funny. The world that we live in now is crazy because the girl right in front of us, she rolled her window down and did this,
started. Yep.
videotaping us, like recording us. I was
She
like,
wants to go viral, dude. Can you blame her?
well,
Wants to get some good fight action going on.
once she realizes that it was a Chi-Town Junkies crew that was getting harassed.
We're
But no,
not
it
there
was.
yet,
I
man.
mean,
But maybe eventually, maybe like in a
yeah.
couple of years, we'll have a
At,
following.
at the end of the day, it's like I'm not gonna get out and physically fight somebody over something so stupid. I have more common sense than that. But it just,
Yeah.
eh, so somebody must have gotten him pissed off today that he had to be a complete jerk to me. So, but other than that, it was great. It's Earth Day, so we just had dinner, and I had a bowl of pudding with ground up Oreos and sour worms. I mean, it's
Sour
great.
worms, really, Angel?
Yeah,
Really? What are you, 5?
yeah,
Sour. I
I
know you
am.
love your sweets, so I don't blame you. That actually sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
But yeah,
So what
people
about?
are always in a hurry and like always road raging, riding everyone's ass, always in a hurry to go nowhere for no
Yeah,
reason. You always
yeah,
wonder where the freaking cops are at when all this is happening, but yeah,
yeah.
it's ridiculous out there these days.
It is what it
Everyone
is.
just needs to chill out and go to speed limit, and everyone can get to where they're going safe without any issues.
Exactly. Exactly. So I mean, if they're all said and done, it's just it's it was there was no point.
Yeah.
It just I don't, like I said, I don't know. Somebody must have hurt him today for him to be
Look,
that angry
man,
over 8 miles an hour.
maybe he was having his car worked on somewhere, and they took forever, and they should have came to us.
Maybe,
Who knows?
well, he was driving a Chevy, so not anything
Well,
bad with Chevys, but he was driving an old school Tahoe, so maybe.
okay, okay.
But anyway,
Yep.
anyway,
But we got the
back
first round tomorrow.
back to the draft. Yes.
Um, you don't know what the Bears are gonna do because they surprised us last year, and I want them to go defense. I think obviously they need a lot of help in the trenches on the defensive side.
Yes.
Um, I mean, if One name I like is Bain Jr. I don't think he'll be there, obviously, but he's kind of slipping a little bit. So if he gets to the teens, do the
But again,
Bears trade
I
up?
this is where you draft best available. I mean, that's what it seems like they've been doing.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well, the
and
new regime, yeah.
yeah, and I mean, Luther turned out to be a dog, and we had you know solid wide receivers. I mean, we ended up signing Zacchaeus. So we had 1, 2, and 3 locked down, and then Luther was available in the second, and boom,
Getting
they pulled it.
getting
So
Luther gave us the ability to trade DJ too. Everyone's kind of like on the fence with DJ. Some people love DJ, some people were ready to move on from him, um but it gave us the ability to trade DJ and
yeah,
get
I
that
get
extra second round pick.
yeah.
Um but yeah,
I was
Luther,
I was in the I'm gonna miss him just
yeah.
because when you look back at 10 years down the line when he retires and you look back at his career, number 1, 2 plays in his career that they're always going to come back to is going to be that throw from Caleb to him to beat the Packers in overtime.
Yeah,
That's
for
going to
sure.
be, and it's going to
That's
be,
the highlight of his career,
yeah,
most
it's going
likely,
to
unless the
etched in.
Bills win the Super Bowl.
Well, of course, yeah,
Yeah.
but no, I mean, I'm happy for him. He's in a really good situation. It's not like we traded him to the Cardinals, who Jacoby Brissett doesn't even know if he's going to play for the Cardinals. He
Mhm.
wants to get paid. Kyle Murray's not there anymore. He's with the Vikings, so it's like trading him to a good place where they've got a stud QB, a good offensive-minded coach, and hopefully things work out, and then it'll be the Bills versus the Bears in the Super Bowl this year.
That would be awesome. I'm
Yeah,
looking forward to seeing Loveland grow and Burden in the
yeah,
offense
yeah.
this year. And um, the line's kind of concerning a little bit. No one was expecting Dahlman to do retire like that. So you got a little concern at center. And then the left tackle position, you don't know what the heck's going to go on there. So I could see the Bears taking a left tackle if if he's best available when they come up and there's someone there that they like.
I get it.
Best available on their board is best available. I can
I
I
get.
can see them going tackle. I don't think they will, but I wouldn't be surprised. I don't think anything would surprise me at this point.
I mean, yeah, you do go best available at 25. I mean, because that's what you do, right? I mean, and that's at any point, I think, in the draft, especially if you're an organization that has, um, they have pieces on both sides of the ball. So it's not like, we're looking for another wideout or, a running back, unless, like, for some odd reason, Love drops to 25, which is never going to happen. Then,
Love is not going to drop to 25.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But I
That
mean,
would
it's
be
like just
awesome.
that, just a dream scenario. But they've got pieces on defense still. They do have a decent end. They do have some sort of stability up in the middle. Um, they do have linebackers. If TJ gets back to being 100%, him and Devin are going to be great, I think. And then
Yeah.
I don't mean a linebacker. I think the Rodriguez kid coming out of college is going to be good, but something second round that you would get. But a lot of draft boards don't have him falling that far. Or
You got D-Jack too. You got
yeah, no.
Jackson.
Oh, I get it. I
So
get it. So there is
yeah, D-Jack
good road,
had a good
and they
year.
and they ended up getting what's his name, Abengaya, if I'm saying it correctly. He's another middle line. He's another linebacker that we drafted high. Third round. I think it was
Oh,
fourth
you're
round.
talking about Hippolyte? You're talking about Hippolyte, right?
Am I talking about Hippolyte? But then it was
You're,
isn't
you're
wasn't there?
talking about you're thinking about the end that got hurt last year, the D end that got hurt that we signed from the Colts.
No, no. We drafted. All right, now here we go. Now I gotta go look up names.
Well,
I,
I think you're
not
talking
Ayo,
about
not Io,
Hippo.
not Io Desan, this whatever the hell his name was. Yeah, hold on.
But I'm seeing some mock drafts. I'm seeing Bane going as high as 8.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I don't think necessarily he's going to get past the Giants with the 2 picks they have at 5 and 10. But there's that kid from Clemson.
Well, there's two.
There's TJ
So
Parker, and then there's Woods from
there's Woods.
Clemson.
I think that
Mhm.
Woods is going to be at play at 25. That's who I would assume that they would draft.
I think Woods will be there, and the offense or the guy from Ohio State as
Ohio
well.
State. Yeah, yeah, no. So Parker, the end,
McDonald.
McDonald. Yeah, I saw a
Yeah.
picture of him. He had his whole face painted. It's like how a lot of them paint like their under
Oh,
eye.
yeah.
He
With
had
the
his
eye black.
whole face black. What are you doing?
I don't know. I
Uh,
don't know the difference between McDonald and Woods, but I see some places have the Bears going McDonald. I see some places going Bears going Woods.
Woods is more of a run stuffer. McDonald's is more of a you know up like he pressures quarterback. I mean, he's not going to be good on double. He's not going to get off of double teams that much.
McDonald's bigger. He's about 330 pounds. Woods is about 300. They're about the
Yeah,
same height. Um, Woods is actually the projected uh, number 1 defensive lineman.
yeah. So I
It's not a
watching.
sexy pick, but
It's not
I
a sexy
mean,
pick. Who the fuck wants sexy picks in the trenches? Like you want somebody
that's
that's
what I'm
going to.
saying. It's not a sexy pick, but I think it's a necessary pick because,
Yeah, no,
man,
hundred
if I
percent.
got to watch that defense get no pressure again this year,
No, hundred
know,
percent.
it's and having all that time, the quarterback's having all that time in the pocket to get to throw, and then I mean, I think
Yeah,
they kind of solidified the middle of the defense with Kobe Bryant and the linebacker we got from Cleveland,
yeah.
but
Well,
we are going to need another safety as well.
I mean, they're projecting. What the heck's his name? McNeil Warren, I think his name is a
Mm-hmm.
safety. The big boy. I watched a couple of videos of him in his highlights just to see how he played, and he's a a safety that likes to come down to the line of scrimmage and tackle, and that's good. We need that.
We need
Uh,
that, but we need the hybrid guy too, where they can drop back in coverage. That's where we were getting burned last year.
yeah, but
We
see,
were
the thing is that
having
but Kyler was injured the whole time, so a lot of the plays that were burnt plays were run off the slot. So wide receivers that were in the slot were getting open because they were running away from uh
CJ,
uh so it's like
CJ
it sucks.
Brisker.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So those guys can't run the fastest.
no,
And especially if you put them in press, because a lot of what Dennis Allen's defense is press. If you get pressed, and the moment you get beat off the line of scrimmage, now you're chasing, and Kyler was gone. So a lot of Kyler's game is very twitchy. He can jam you, and then if you do try to make a move on him, he's still at your hip. So
it will
with
be
him,
nice if Gordon can stay healthy the full season and to see what Jalen Johnson is
I,
like when he's coming back.
I
Hopefully,
saw a
he's fully
picture.
healthy as
I saw a
well. That'll
picture.
change. Yeah,
I saw a picture of Kyler this morning. It was like
yeah.
random. He looks like he freaking put like 20 pounds of muscle on. He looks big, jacked.
As long as he
So
can stay healthy.
yeah,
He says he's a problem staying healthy. So if he can stay healthy and play the full year, I mean, the Bears will
hmm
be in good shape. The defense will be anyway.
yeah.
So
So
that'll be like having someone new.
my top. 3 here. I'm going to give you my top 3 picks that I'm hoping. This is just realistic picks that I'm hoping. And then we'll go with like, what ifs kind of
Bears
picks.
trade up and get Bain Jr.
But the things that Bain is not the typical defensive end for
I
Dennis
know
Allen.
he's not the Dennis Allen one.
As much as I loved watching him, and I've said this the last time we were on, as much as I loved watching him get it, always be in the backfield, and have
Yeah.
pressure. I would love that in Chicago, but can they utilize him how he was utilized in Florida? Like, can Dennis Allen? I mean, obviously, if you get him, Dennis Allen will figure out a way to be able to use him. I mean, all best defensive coordinators and play callers, all coordinators and coaches will figure those things out. But
Yeah.
But anyway, my top 3 picks that I've got written down for me right now is going to be Woods from Clemson.
Okay.
I think McDonald is going to be there at 25. I think he's going to get picked up. I think he'll be picked up earlier because a lot of draft boards that I've just seen and I read, they pick him as he's the number 1 the 3-tech defensive tackle on the board. That's what
So
a
if
lot of
Woods and the other guy
Parker.
Parker from Clemson are both on the board,
You
you would.
go. I think you go. You go Woods. I mean, it all starts it starts in the middle. Like, I mean, realistically, it starts in the middle.
Yeah,
And
I think if we can have someone eat up the middle of the line and take up 2
Bill,
guys,
Billings is not there anymore to take up 2 guys.
no.
So,
Mhm.
you know, but if not, then I don't have Parker second, but I have Zion Young. He's an edge. He's long. He's prototypical Dennis Allen defensive end, where he's big and lanky and long and strong. He didn't have much of a good. I mean, he had a season. He had 6.5 sacks last year, so not bad. But
Is he a
I think
reach though?
I don't at 25. No, I think at 20. I mean, if they'd be different if they were picking him at 11, then I would say he's a reach. 12 a reach, but at 25, I think that would be a solid pick because I mean, if you watch his videos, he's got a lot of flashes. Like, man, power rusher. Um, he's got a lot of good win rate. Like, in a lot of his non almost close sacks, he was a swipe or a if the offensive lineman didn't get his hand on him at that nick of time, he would have had 12, 13 sacks.
One
But
thing
he was
one thing I don't want a Bears to do is, I'm not saying he's a reach, for instance, but they have a long history. I don't think with Ben Johnson does they do this of reaching for players because they're trying to fill a need instead of taking best available. Which
mm-hmm.
again, Ben Johnson, I don't think he's going to do that. Caleb Downs or like Bain or one of these tackles starts slipping, I could see them taking and pulling the trigger on a player like that with like one of those, you know, one
You
of
kind
these
of cut out.
safety slips.
Did you hear me?
Or I could see them trading up, huh?
You cut out for like 30 seconds.
Oh, I was just saying if I don't know what you missed.
A lot.
If the players start to slip, like a Caleb Downs start to slip or a Bain Jr. start
That's
to slip,
Caleb down.
he's not going to, but
No.
some of these teams start reaching and
Again,
trying to fill
the
needs.
Laramie Tunsil video comes out, and
Right.
you're doing a line off of a stripper in Vegas, then you'll be falling all the way to 25. That'd be great. But
Yeah.
a lot of these players, a lot of these players are nowadays are more PR trained than they were previously. Just like, hey, are you sure you don't have any weird tweets that you sent out 6 years ago? Are you sure you don't have any videos of you and the midget in Tijuana? I don't know, but it's like um, they're just uh, they're very trained on like, hey, you keep your nose clean, and good things will happen. So,
Yeah, that'll be fine. Who's the third guy?
and then Parker, TJ Parker. I like him. I like, and this is just strictly on the line. And then again, I said this before. My first three out of the four picks. You got four picks in the top 100. My first three picks out of the four picks are going to be defense. I would go line, safety, line, safety, line.
I could see
That,
them trading. I could see them trading one of the second round picks to pick up a couple extra picks because they have no picks between four. So trading one,
yeah, I would probably
like
do that. Probably pick up get rid of a two, get another three, and then a four, and then um, Ryan's been very good at. Somebody calls, he's like, all right, I need this. Okay, well, I want this and I want this. So he's always been good at being able to get more picks for what he's got. I mean, he did that. He's done that every year now, even before Ben.
yeah,
So,
yeah. I'd be
um,
okay with Woods or McDonald. I or even Parker, either any of those three, I would be okay with. Yeah, the defense definitely needs help. It would be nice to see them. They had so many turnovers last year. They created so many turnovers last year. It was like, but the defense was giving up a lot of yards. If it wasn't for all those turnovers they were creating, and then Caleb's crazy miracle comebacks, we could have been a much different year. We can't live like that this year.
no, not at all.
We gotta get the leads and keep the leads and win decisively,
Yeah,
and grow as a team and have all these second year, third year players start stepping up. Odunze's got to step up. He's got to have a breakout year. We took him at
yeah,
9, and I love Odunze. He was. I was so excited when they got him, but DJ Moore's gone, man. You got to step it up and take it over. Take over the number one wide receiver position, and then
yeah,
have Burden take over that second spot. But I could see Loveland going crazy this year too, and almost getting the passes and yards like a number one receiver. He's got insane ability, and you know, so it's going to be exciting.
yeah.
Running back, I'm not sold that they're set in the running back position either. I was talking about that too earlier today. If the kid from Notre Dame falls and he's there in the second round, do they pass him up? I don't
He's
know.
not. There, I think he's gonna be gone
Guy's
by.
a guy's a freak. I
No,
told you
I
that
get
when
it.
I was watching a Notre Dame game one time. I'm like, holy crap, who is that guy? Number
Yeah,
24. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Ben Johnson likes his toys, so but I
yeah.
think they're gonna primarily focus on defense. But yeah, I'm running out of battery.
Oh no.
So I gotta make sure we're plugged in for tomorrow live and the
Yeah,
laptop plugged in and everything. But um, yeah, it'll be an interesting first round. Sure, Mendoza. I'm sure no surprises at the number one spot. Mendoza will go number one, I'm sure. Then
yeah.
past that, who knows?
See, Jadarian Price is the running back from Notre Dame. I've got
Yeah,
a lot
yeah.
of draft. Seattle picks 32, and they need another running
Walker make up for Walker
back.
being gone.
Walker's gone, so they
Yeah,
have him going to 32 to Seattle.
I could see him going there and not getting past Seattle. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, So there's a lot of talk too about so I just got something that Arizona is like bluffing on the Jeremiah Love because they're trying to trade out of 3.
Mm,
So I don't think the Bears will do that, but
I don't think so. Yeah.
someone's gonna be willing to give up a pretty penny. I see honestly just by watching, by reading and looking at what teams are picking in the top 10 and what teams are after that and what team needs they have. I see multiple trades tomorrow. I see a lot of people from 17 moving up to 10 or 20 moving up to 12, or even, a team in the later teens or maybe early 20s jumping over and going into the top 10, because a
Yeah, I
lot of
could
these
see
teams need a lot of
active.
things.
Yeah, I could see active trades in the first round for sure. I think
Yeah.
last year was kind of. I don't remember a lot of trades last year, so I could see it being more lively this year for sure. But but I think it'll be fun. I always loved the draft. Always,
Yeah.
even as a kid, watching it. I mean, I don't know about you, but I always had to watch the Bears draft when I was a
No,
kid.
yeah. I
Saturday,
I
Sunday. It was all day Saturday.
yeah, I think I got more into the draft the year we, like, as far as like tuning in always and like watching it all the way up until the last pick, was the year we selected Kyler Gordon. And it's funny, we talked about him earlier.
Mm.
Kyle Fuller. I'm sorry, Fuller. Kyle Fuller.
Fuller, Kyle Fuller. Yeah,
Fuller.
yeah, yeah.
Kyler Gordon. When we selected Kyle Fuller, and ever since that year, I've been fully every year. The draft is on TV, and I'm watching it, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's on, and I'm watching it, and I'm watching live like reactions and who says what, and there's obviously all these fans that are like, no matter what fan base you're in, they love the pick or they hate the pick. I mean, just like Loveland last year, everybody wanted Warren, and we didn't, and
Yeah, I
Loveland
was
turned out,
expecting. I was expecting Warren. I'm like, oh, Warren's still there. Awesome, let's take him. And
yeah,
you know, but
it
that's
turned out
why we're not there.
we got, yeah, but
All right, let's. I'm dying, man. I'm dying. My battery's getting low.
no, you're good.
But um, yeah, let's. You want to say it or what? What are you waiting for?
Oh, fuck the Packers. Good night. As you can
Fuck the
tell,
Packers.
fuck the Packers.
I didn't even notice that. I like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
That's
Every time
awesome.
that I'm on, I'm gonna have some sort of Bears gear on. And then every time that we sit, I'm gonna sit farther along the wall of jerseys. I had to
Yeah,
show
yeah, yeah.
Walter first,
Of
because that was
course.
just first show. All my
Yeah.
signed jerseys, all my memorabilia. I'll go walk, next. I mean, tomorrow I'll probably sit here, but then next week I'll sit and we'll see Peanut, and you could see Peanut right here. But then we have Gale, and then I'll sit next to that, and then we have Cuddy because I love Cutler. I was a Cutler fan, and then we got Ditka.
Smoking Jay.
Fucking loved him,
Smoking
dude.
Jay. I love
Loved
Cutler. He
loved
got a
him.
bad rap, man.
Yeah.
He had an awful line.
It's the
Awful line for years.
yeah. At the
I
end of
was
the
so
day,
happy when we traded for him. I'm like,
so was I. I was
yeah, I
ecstatic.
was so happy.
I think I was like I don't know where I was working, but I had a sign. I put a sign around my neck like "Da Bears," and I was running around work. So
Oh my
stupid.
god. All these quarterbacks, man. All these quarterbacks. And now we have Caleb Williams now. And man, Caleb, phew, he won me over, man. I wasn't completely sold on him at first, but that guy has won me over plus some. Love
Yeah,
Caleb, man.
I
That's all
I
I'm
do.
gonna say right now about Caleb. We'll get into that more later, but
Yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy that that's something that we don't have to worry about for a
yeah,
long time. You know what I
yeah.
mean? So, and But yeah, I'll let you go. You have a
All
good
right,
night.
man.
See you
Thanks
tomorrow
for
around this
watching.
time.
If anyone made it this far,
Yeah.
and subscribe to
Subscribe.
us, and
And as always, fuck the
fuck the
Packers.
Packers.
All right. Have a good night,
Later.
everybody.
Good night.